In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating how you can use the Waves MondoMod plugin to get your bass synth pumping in electronic track. Let me go ahead and play the groove so you have some idea about what's going on. So my session is pretty straightforward. I've got 3 tracks. I got the drums, then I got my lead synth, and then the bass synth. And up here on the bass track, I've got MondoMod inserted and displayed over here. I'll go ahead and bypass the plugin and play it back so you can focus on what the plugin is doing to the bass in the context of the mix. So hopefully you're able to hear. The main thing that's going on is I've got the bass synth pumping a little bit by using MondoMod. Now this is a conventional kind of effect that's used in electronic music, but it's typically done by using sidechain compression with something like the kick drum. I like to use MondoMod because you have a little bit more control over the pumping that's occurring, and I'll get into that more later on. Right now I'll solo the bass and play it back so you can focus exactly on the sound of the synth. Next, getting into the controls of the MondoMod, there are 3 main modulators within the plugin. There's the Amplitude Modulation over here, then you have Rotation, which is basically your panning kind of modulation effects, and then you have Frequency Modulation over here. There are global controls for the tempo over here on the left. You can either sync it to your host DAW, or you can select manual and control the tempo on your own. I'm going to go ahead and just use the auto setting so that the tempo is right in line with the track that I'm working on. You have the rate control over here, and I've actually automated this, and this is where I think that the MondoMod has a little bit more control over something like sidechain compression. So you'll see when I'm playing it back that this number will switch from 1, which is the regular beats per minute, down to 0.5, which is going to be half of that, and so it's going to change the pumping a little bit. Then down here you have the waveform, and I'm using the sine 2 because it's going to be a rising kind of effect. But then you can also have things like triangle, sine wave, square wave, and then saw 1 and then saw 2. Over here on my modulation, I've got the amplitude modulation at full depth. Over here I just have a little bit panning left or right, but you can open that up if you want to have the wide rotation effects, and I've just got a little bit of FM modulation, so I'm changing the frequency just a little bit. Let me go ahead and play it back again so you can hear about what the MondoMod's doing now that you have a better idea about the controls. So hopefully that gave you an easy way to get your bass synth pumping in an electronic track.